There is a version of you being built in the background. You may not notice it while it is happening. It happens while you reach for your phone without thinking, while you stay up later than you promised, while you avoid the difficult task and choose the easier distraction. A year passes, and suddenly you react differently. Your patience is shorter. Your focus feels thinner. Your confidence depends on whether the day feels easy. Then one morning, you realize something uncomfortable. You have changed. The important question is not whether your brain is changing. It is changing every day. The question is whether your daily life is training the mind you actually want to live with. Today, we are going to rebuild that training. Imagine sitting in a car where the steering wheel is being pulled by every billboard, every sound, every message on the road. That is what modern attention feels like. You sit down to work, but your phone lights up. You open one tab, then another. You remember a message. You check one thing quickly. 10 minutes later, your body is still in the chair, but your mind has been dragged through 5 different rooms. The brain learns through repetition. If you repeatedly interrupt yourself, interruption becomes familiar. If you repeatedly return to one task, focus becomes easier to access. This is why attention matters so much. It is not only about productivity. Attention is how you build anything meaningful. A skill, a relationship, a healthier body, a calmer life. Whatever gets your attention gets the chance to shape you. Try a simple attention ritual today. Choose one task that matters. Put your phone out of reach, not just face down. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Before you begin, write one sentence on paper. For the next 25 minutes, this is the only place I need to be. At first, your mind will look for exits. It may feel restless or irritated. That does not mean the habit is failing. It means your brain is noticing the absence of easy escape. Stay there. You are teaching your mind that discomfort is not a command. Many people try to change their lives by pushing harder with a tired brain. They make plans at night with confidence, then wake up exhausted and wonder why they cannot follow through. They blame discipline. They blame motivation. Sometimes the real issue is simpler. The brain has not been given enough recovery to function like itself. Sleep is not just rest. During sleep, the brain organizes memory, regulates emotion, and prepares the nervous system for the next day. When sleep is cut short, the world feels sharper. Small problems become personal. Conversations feel heavier. Decisions become harder than they should be. A tired brain often does not say, "I need rest." It says, "Everything is too much." So, instead of treating sleep like the reward after a productive day, treat it like the foundation that makes a productive day possible. Tonight, build a 30-minute landing zone before bed. Dim the lights. Move your phone away from the bed. Do something ordinary and quiet. Wash a cup. Fold a shirt. Read 2 pages. Write down tomorrow's first task. The goal is to give your nervous system a clear signal that the day is ending. Keep your sleep and wake time as consistent as you realistically can. You do not need a perfect routine. You need a repeatable one. A recovered brain has more patience, more focus, and more emotional space. That is where real discipline begins. The first hour of the morning is like wet cement. Whatever lands there leaves a mark. If the first thing you give your brain is noise, comparison, news, messages, and short videos, your mind begins the day in reaction mode. Before you have chosen a direction, the world has already chosen one for you. This is why motivation can feel gone before the day begins. Your brain does produce drive naturally, but that drive is easy to spend. Quick stimulation gives a small reward now and makes slower work feel dull afterward. Real work requires patience. Scrolling trains impatience. So tomorrow morning, do a small experiment. For the first hour after waking, do not check your phone. Let your brain arrive before the world enters. Drink water. Open a window. Make your bed. Sit quietly for 2 minutes. Write down the one thing that would make the day feel lighter if it were finished. Then begin with that thing. Even for 10 minutes. The first hour does not need to be impressive. It needs to be protected. When you stop feeding your brain instant noise in the morning, ordinary effort starts to feel possible again. Boredom becomes less frightening. Silence becomes less empty. Your own thoughts become easier to hear. Stress does not only live in your thoughts. It lives in your body. Your shoulders tighten before you understand why. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your jaw locks. Your heart speeds up. The body prepares for danger. Even when the danger is only an email, a deadline, a comment, or a difficult conversation. You cannot think clearly when your body believes it is under attack. That is why emotional control is trained physically, not only mentally. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold water. Start small. You are not trying to prove toughness. You are practicing the ability to stay present while your body wants to escape. During those 30 seconds, breathe slowly. Let the first shock pass. Notice the urge to jump away, then choose to remain for one more breath. That moment is the training. Afterward, spend 5 minutes breathing slowly, in through the nose, out longer than you inhale. Let the exhale be the signal that tells your nervous system it can come down. This practice gives you a memory you can use later. When stress rises during the day, your brain remembers. I have felt intensity before. I can stay with it. I can choose my next move. Calm is not a personality trait. It is a skill your body can learn. A brain that is never challenged becomes comfortable, but comfort is not the same as growth. Many people spend years repeating what already feels familiar. They watch ideas they already agree with. They practice skills that no longer stretch them. They avoid the early stage of learning because that stage feels awkward. But awkwardness is often the doorway. When you learn something difficult, the brain has to build new connections. Confusion is part of that construction. The slow, frustrating stage is not evidence that you are incapable. It is the sound of the mind building new pathways. Choose one skill that makes you feel slightly clumsy. A language, drawing, chess, coding, public speaking, music, writing, anything that makes you slow down and think in a new way. Give it 20 minutes a day. Do not measure the session by how good you were. Measure it by whether you showed up and stayed with the hard part. Over time, you are building more than a skill. You are building a mind that does not panic when something feels unfamiliar. That confidence transfers. You begin to look at hard conversations, hard projects, and hard seasons differently. Instead of seeing difficulty as a wall, you start seeing it as a workshop. Your brain is always listening to your repetitions. It listens when you protect your attention. It listens when you recover. It listens when you stop giving your best energy to noise. It listens when you stay calm under pressure. It listens when you practice something difficult instead of running from the feeling of being new. You do not change your mind by wishing for a different life. You change it by giving your brain better evidence every day. One focused session, one quiet morning, one proper night of sleep, one breath under pressure, one hard skill practiced with patience. Small actions, repeated long enough, become identity. If this gave you something useful to think about, subscribe for more calm, practical videos on focus, self-discipline, and mental clarity. And share one habit you want to train first. Writing it down may be the first repetition.